sides. We've got it all at Chicken Palace. Call and collect at 302 Lincoln Road on 01733 702 447 or 8 Park Road on 01733 343750. Chicken Palace, open 11 a.m. till late.
Broadcasting 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. This is Salam Radio.
A'udhu billahi minash shaitan rajim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. My name is Ansar Ali and I'm here back on Salam Radio. A bit emotional for me, this program. It's a special program. I'm back on air after almost a year now due to my ill health. But alhamdulillah, with your du'as, I'm much better, and inshallah, hopefully in October I will be on Salam Radio more regularly. And I missed you all. Thank you very much for all your du'as and good wishes as well. I hope you and your families have been well as well, and I know that Salam Radio has continued to serve you well. This is a special program, as I said. We'll be concentrating some educational programs, an initiative that Masjid Ghousia have started in Peterborough. Everyone is excited about this initiative, Madina Gateway Academy. And this evening on this program, we will be concentrating what is on offer at Madina Gateway Academy. But we will start with a recitation from the Holy Quran, which will be performed by our special guest and the lead Imam at the Masjid Ghousia, Mufti Abdul Qadeer.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وعلم آدم الأسماء كلها ثم عرضهم على الملائكة فقال أنبئوني بأسماء هؤلاء إن كنتم صادقين. سبحان الله. قالوا سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. صدق الله العظيم.
MashaAllah, beautiful recitation by my special guest, Mufti Abdul Qadeer. And Mufti Sahab, Assalamu alaikum first of all, and welcome on Salam Radio. I remember just before I went off due to ill health, you were my guest as well in one of the programs as well. Alhamdulillah, and thank you very much for your du'as as well. We're delighted to have you here, and we're delighted to dedicate this program to this fantastic initiative of Masjid Ghousia, Madina Gateway Academy. Our listeners are wanting to know what is it all about. But first of all, you did that recitation from the Quran, and I think when we spoke earlier, I said that it would be quite nice if we can have a bit of a commentary from you, bit of a translation on what the message is in the Holy Quran, the divine book, the word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in these verses, he tells, and when he makes revelation on the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he indicates to an event which took place right at the beginning of humanity.
Allah.
And that event was none other than a virtue, and one of the greatest virtues of our father Adam alayhi salam. Now, a virtue, Allah Ta'ala could have expressed or explained many other virtues, but the virtue that Allah Ta'ala chose was that this first human that I have created, I gifted him the knowledge of the names, which indicates the importance of knowledge, that the success of humanity comes later, but the initial start of civilization was solely based on knowledge. So that was the reason why I chose to.
That's fantastic and very, very appropriate and pertinent for the topic that we are discussing here on Salam Radio. Assalamu alaikum to you. If you just joined us, my name is Ansar Ali. I'm hosting this very special program, and my guests are Mufti Abdul Qadeer, Imam at Masjid Ghousia. Also joining me is Brother Nazim Khan, who is the chairman of the management committee. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa salam.
Delighted to have you both here, and brothers and sisters listening to Salam Radio at this moment in time, if you wish to make a call, you can do that. You will be able to go live on air. You can put any questions, but the question has to relate to the topic that we are discussing today. It is about Madina Gateway Academy. Our phone lines are open. Our studio telephone number is 01733 602 133, and you can also text us with a message of your question or any other comment or observation that you wish to make. You can WhatsApp this on this number 07745 278 978. We're looking forward to your wonderful company, and knowledge is what we should be aspiring for at all times, especially the knowledge of Deen. Mufti Sahab, we'll start with this. I think the question that must be on everyone's mind: what inspired you to come up and talk to the mosque committee and come up with this fantastic initiative? Because I've heard so many people talk about it. What was the inspiration behind it?
I think the inspiration, before the inspiration, I think it was the understanding, or to even come to know of what was needed. Being born in this country and raised in this country, studying in normal state schools, I understood the needs of not only the youth but all those which are residing within the UK. We had many other channels, many other ways of teaching, other resources, we can say in ancient times compared to today, which were not practical, because in these times that we are living in, we need to produce people who have the skill of critical thinking.
Absolutely, alhamdulillah.
Because when you have critical thinking, it is thereafter can you approach contemporary issues
Allahu Akbar, yeah.
and come to some sort of result, a ruling. So the first thing was that how do we get about and how do we do this? I mean, we can't use our old, Asian way.
We've done things before, yes.
Yeah,
if you keep doing the same thing the same way, you'll get the same results.
Exactly. So we needed a more of a modern approach. How our youngsters are studying in schools, college, universities, something with a similar approach. So alhamdulillah, I thought about it, and I said, being in Peterborough, I think over a year now, and alhamdulillah, I'm liking the people
good,
around here.
Alhamdulillah, we're very pleased,
and we get on with everyone. So I was like, why not start it within Peterborough? As there's not, I haven't come to see in Islamic College at that yet officially. So I approached the committee, and I think the main thing is that you have a lot of committees all around UK, but every imam, from a personal imam perspective, I'm telling you that every imam always appreciates and makes dua that, Ya Allah, give me a committee who also have that kind of passion for the deen.
Allah.
Alhamdulillah Ta'ala gave me a committee which had passion as well.
That's a very appropriate juncture, because then we can turn to the chairman of the management committee, Brother Nazim Khan. When you and Mufti Sahab first discussed this particular item that we ought to be providing at Masjid Ghousia, a place of learning where people can gain knowledge, what was how did you react personally? And when you shared that with your management committee, how did your colleagues react?
Thank you, Ansar. I've been in this country for 53 years, and we've got two largest mosques in Peterborough. And the study that we have at the moment is just, a recitation of Quran and everything else. I came to Masjid Ghousia back in January.
As the chairman.
As the chairman. And I always felt in me is that our education system, particularly the Islamic education system, was not catering for these youngsters of this age. And we were just having a chat with Mufti Saab, and something actually came on the subject. Mufti Saab was saying that their desire was to teach, because that's what they spend their life learning, and they wanted to teach.
Imparting knowledge. I'm going to come back to Mufti Saab as well. Yep.
And one of the things that they were sort of kindly saying was that, look, I will go anywhere to teach, if I don't get any kind of support, in Peterborough. And that was actually quite a blessing sound in my ears, because I wanted somebody to teach in Peterborough. So I just happened to say to them, would you like to teach in Peterborough? How about our masjid here? And the answer was, well, give me a couple of days and I'll think and then come back to you and let you know. We had no idea what we were going to do and everything else. We just left it for a couple of 2-3 days. And then Mufti Saab very kindly came back and said, yeah, I'd love to teach in Peterborough. And my next question to them was, where are we going to teach?
Right.
And so I think that's the kind of story behind Ansar, if you like.
And the congregation and the committee responded positively?
I mean, that's a secondary element. When we sort of said, that we were willing to do that, went back to the committee and said, I've got a good news for you lot. And they said, yeah, well, what is it? They said, Mufti Saab wants to teach, a kind of different Islamic studies in Peterborough. And they were, I never seen so much joy on committee members' faces when they heard that we have a scholar, an imam and a mufti who's actually wants to stay in Peterborough and teach. Because what we hear or what we see, particularly in Peterborough, is that sort of Imam of Masjid come in, they spend a couple of years and they move on. And unfortunately, nobody actually from their perspective, as well as from our, has actually kind of went into this idea of setting up a proper Islamic studies in Peterborough.
So Madina Gateway Academy was born.
Alhamdulillah.
Absolutely. And I think that I've never been delighted in my whole life.
Yeah.
For the last 2 or 3 months, I think it is, that we've been actually concentrating on how we're going to promote it, how we're going to...
And what has impressed me, because it's my local mosque, I go there regularly, the number of young people who have embraced this initiative. They're sitting out there every Friday before Jummah, they've got a table outside, giving leaflets, encouraging people, talking to people, and I've never seen such atmosphere in Peterborough before.
Yeah, you only see them on Friday, but the amount of work that they have done behind the scene to turn around our centre is phenomenal, because they do their job, 9 to 5 job, and they come back after 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock, and they are in that centre renovating, doing everything in there until 2 o'clock in the morning every day. So
and the centre is on Clarence Road. We will tell you more about Madina Gateway Academy. This is a special program that you're listening to on Salam Radio, hosted by me, Ansar Ali. This special program is looking at this new initiative which has excited a lot of people in the community, and there is an open day tomorrow as well. We'll be talking about that. It is an initiative that the Imam of Ghousia Masjid Ghousia, Mufti Abdul Qadeer, has come up with, and he's got the support of the congregation and the management committee. I often hear, Mufti Saab, that you are not a typical Imam. I mean, I've heard people, forgive me, we're live on radio, on community radio. You in the sense that there isn't a lineage in your family, that your father or other, they're not particularly imams. You said that you were born and raised in this country earlier, in the preamble when we were talking about it. I mean, people have asked me, they said that, find out, this young British man going to schools, state schools, being educated here, not necessarily a family tradition of going into becoming an imam. What inspired you?
First of all, I think what's important is the dua of my parents.
Alhamdulillah.
That's the very first thing. When a mother makes sincere dua for her children, then Allah Ta'ala does accept that dua. And also in the hadith, that Prophet said that the dua of a mother is heavier than the dua of 70 awliya, men of Allah. So that's the first thing. I mean, cutting a long story short,
we've only got an hour and we've already used 15 minutes.
I was at the age of approximately 12 going to secondary school, being from Dudley. And in the I'd finished my reading Quran from about 9 years old or something. So when I was 12, I had this passion for Arabic. So I was 12 years old, and I used to go to secondary school as well. And then from 4 till 8, 4 hours in the evening, I started this. It wasn't formal, but the alim course, the Dars Nazami that they say, the tradition knows the Dars Nazami. So I started the alimiya in the evenings 4 to 8. So I used to go every day learning Arabic, etc. And then after college, school and college, went to full-time studying, etc. Being from here, yes, but the main thing is I think it was support from my parents for me to carry on to study, and obviously my brothers and all the siblings as well. I mean, I'll just share one thing with you. I mean, I was so passionate at the start that after college I started to go to Birmingham for full-time studies, where that'll be all day. And so I remember once or twice in Birmingham, I don't know in Peterborough, but in Birmingham there was heavy snow, and they ran out of grit.
Right.
So now, like, the public transport has stopped. And from Dudley to Birmingham, from where I was studying in Moseley, that is approximately 10 miles, 10 to 11 miles. So I was like, okay, now if I miss a lesson, and our teacher told us that his teacher told him, and that's how it goes in the tradition of teachers and the chain. And if you miss one lesson, it's going to affect 40 to come. So I said, okay, look, I don't want to miss this lesson. So I would go walking from Dudley all the way to Birmingham, to study, only to come to Birmingham and find out actually there's no class because of the snow. So that happened a couple of times. Yes. But I guess is that you have to have that passion, isn't it? Yeah.
So you had that passion from an early age?
Due to parents.
Yeah, due to parents.
Yeah, because upbringing is very, very important. Yeah.
And, I mean, I've already discovered that in terms of, since you have been publicizing these courses, a lot of parents have approached you, have spoken to you, and you've had a very positive response so far.
Alhamdulillah, very positive. I mean, each time a parent comes to me, it's as if that, he was or she was waiting, for someone to come to them, or they could find someone to go to. And now that they've found someone, as Brother Nazim said already, that they're just over the moon, basically, full of joy. And alhamdulillah, Allah Ta'ala's, this is granted us an opportunity, a hub of knowledge within Peterborough, alhamdulillah.
And how important is this for our youngsters, our future generations, in the current climate?
I just mentioned very quickly before, just regarding this question, is that, you see, all the difficulties currently that Muslims are facing within this country could have easily been answered to, and we could have moved on a very long time ago. But alhamdulillah, they say better late than never. Yeah. What we need is British-born scholars who are able and skilled to tackle contemporary issues. Because when people are going to come to you, they're going to come to you about the
Drugs,
problems at home, drugs, arranged marriages.
Domestic
Allah save us.
yeah.
And you've got many other things like that. So, contemporary issues, and obviously the issues that we're facing in Britain. The brothers in Pakistan and India or wherever you are from, they're not facing there. It's a world of difference. It's like another planet, you can say. So we need people who understand the actual environment of this country as well. So when inshallah ta'ala bidhnillah al-kareem, when they become scholars, those who are coming for the future generations, they've got something on the plate for them to give them.
And the other point that you often make, that in terms of when we read, all of us enjoy reading the Quran in Arabic. There's a lot of value, there's a lot of reward in that. But in terms of with tajweed, with proper pronunciation, there is that different outlook to all that, basically, in terms of being able to recite the Quran the way that it should be recited.
Alhamdulillah. And for this reason, there are many courses within this, inshallah ta'ala, that we're launching, and one of them is the Islamic Studies for Beginners. That's going to deal with all of these basics that we should have known. But inshallah ta'ala,
Okay, thank you, Brother Nazim. Okay, so you got this place now on Clarence Road, Ghousia Hall, which is going to be turned into Madina Gateway Academy, a place of knowledge, a place of learning, an initiative of Masjid Ghousia. Obviously, you said that for the last good couple of months, you and your colleagues have been working very hard in renovating, and you got an open day tomorrow, and so people can see firsthand the sort of facilities available there. But just give us a flavor. What sort of changes have taken place in that building, in that shell of a building, that people can go and see that it is the right and correct environment for learning?
We totally re-renovated it, the new lights inside, and we brought new furniture for our students, or prospective students. One of the things that we want to do with the help of Mufti Sahib is that we want to promote an atmosphere where there is people want to come and learn rather than people are forced to go there. Right. And that is what, I think is very, very important for us. And also you mentioned, and Mufti Sahib mentioned about the youngsters of this age. But we want to kind of change the mindset of our elders as well. Allah. And there is an opportunity for our elders to come and learn us, because if they learn at the moment, if they are not learn themselves, and their thinking would be, well, I've gone by and I've lived my life, so can my son and so can my daughter. And we want to actually, we got this opportunity here, and I think it's a once in a lifetime opportunity that we need to create an awareness, a change of mindset for our elderly people. Because I'll be saying to you, I've joined one of the courses as well. There's never too late to learn. You learn until you kind of, pass away from this.
Learn from cradle to the grave.
So, and I think that is the very, very important, because, look at our kind of elder sort of, fathers and our friends. They came to the masjid after a while, but not through a kind of correct process.
A structured program where they've learned.
So they just, and I think it's about time we got this opportunity, so we want to change kind of mindset of those people as well. And we are actually talking about, within our masjid committees, that program will not be only a male focused. We are seriously thinking about providing classes, structured classes for our mums, for our daughters, for our kind of sisters as well, at Madina Academy Gateway as well as in the masjid as well. So there is quite a lot of happening, and I'm actually pleased to say that particularly since January, our congregation and also our committee are committed to providing this facility for Peterborough.
So it has been well embraced by everyone connected to Masjid Ghousia. And of course, you've had lots of positive comments from outside of Peterborough as well, not just across the UK, but from overseas as well, Mufti Saab.
Believe it or not, yeah, I mean, we're going to launch it first of all just for Peterborough.
Right.
Then we start getting inquiries from from Rotherham, Bradford, and then even Canada. Canada, there's one brother and one sister, in fact, who wanted to study as well. So, alhamdulillah, it's very.
And they're wanting you to use the new technology. Basically, there are ways of basically connecting people across the world. We are going to take a short break. Assalamu alaikum to you, brothers and sisters. You are listening to Islam Radio with me, Ansar Ali, with this special program talking about this new initiative in Peterborough, Madina Gateway Academy, an initiative of Masjid Ghousia. And in the second half of the program, after the break, we'll be going into detail the sort of courses that are on offer, and also about the open day that they're holding tomorrow for you, and come and find out more about the facilities and the courses that are available and how you can enroll. Stay right where you are. Inshallah, we'll be back with you after this short break.
Stay tuned to Salam Radio after this short ad break.
Where can you get high quality and low prices? Amar Food Store and Halal Meat in Lincoln Road, Triangle is the place to go. Pay us a visit and take advantage of our special offers and great range of products on groceries, vegetables, fruits and halal meat. Also send money to Pakistan absolutely free. We have all top brands at special offers, offer free customer parking and provide a free local delivery service. Amar Food Store and Halal Meat, 613B Lincoln Road, Peterborough. Call us on 01733 687 374. High in quality, low in prices.
Peterborough just got a whole lot tastier. Five Lads Flame Grilled Peri Peri Chicken is now open. Bring your family and friends to Peterborough's first HMC meat-selling restaurant. We are experts in grilled chicken, lamb chops and gourmet lamb and beef burgers. Our healthy options include fresh salads and fresh grilled vegetables. Fresh, clean and healthy grilled food with 4 different flavours. Lemon and herb, medium, hot and extra hot. 5-star hygiene rating. Eat in, order and collect, or order for delivery on Deliveroo. Follow 5 Lads Peterborough on Facebook and Instagram 5 Lads. 15 Cowgate, Peterborough, PE1 1LZ. Call 01733 56 22 87. Open 7 days a week, 12 to 11 p.m.
Insure 24/7 is a community-based insurance brokerage offering competitive premiums and a great service. Taxis, properties and businesses, we cover them all. Call us on 01733 856699 or visit our new office at 304 Lincoln Road. Insure 24/7. We've got you covered. Insure 24/7 is authorised and regulated by the Financial Conduct Authority.
There's a million choices available for dining out in Leeds.
But if you want something special, there's only one name to remember.
Mumtaz Leeds.
Relax in our newly refurbished Riverside restaurant.
Enjoy exquisite home cooking from our brand new menu. Upgrade to the Mumtaz Leeds experience.
And the price? Well, we're better value than ever before.
Mumtaz Leeds, Chadwick Street, Leeds, LS10 1PJ. Call 0113 242 4211.
Free car parking available.
Salam Radio is celebrating Eid and our 3rd anniversary. On Saturday the 17th of August, join us for a great day out for the whole family. Everyone welcome, all ages, all backgrounds, all faiths or none. 12 to 6 p.m, free entry at the Millfield Recreation Park. Enjoy barbecue food, other food stalls, ice creams, clothes stalls, funfair rides, bouncy castles, children's activities, sports activities, and much, much more. Salam Radio will be broadcasting live from the event. So if you've got a talent and want to go on air, just let us know on the day at the Salam Radio stage. For stall inquiries, please email info@salamradio.co.uk. The Salam Radio Summer Eid Festival, Saturday the 17th of August, 12 to 6 p.m. at the Millfield Recreation Park, opposite Occupation Road. Come, enjoy and celebrate with us to unite all communities.
Broadcasting 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. This is Salam Radio.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome back. My name is Ansar Ali. I'm hosting this special program. My guests, Mufti Abdul Qadeer, Imam of Masjid Ghousia, and Nazim Khan, Chairman of the Masjid Management Committee at Ghousia Masjid. We're back with you, and if you've got any questions about this new initiative in Peterborough and you want to go live on air, you can give us a call on 01733 602 133. Your questions have to be about the Madina Gateway Academy, what it's going to offer, how you can enroll, etc. And also, if you want to text us, WhatsApp your messages on this number 07745 278 978. And if you want to go live on air, you can give us a call on this studio telephone number 01733 602 133. Okay. You got the open day tomorrow, Mufti Saab. What time does it start? And let's reveal to our listeners where Madina Gateway Academy is going to be. I know it's on Clarence Road. It's at the Ghousia Hall. What is the address?
316 Clarence Road.
316 Clarence Road at the Ghousia Hall. That is where this place of learning, place of knowledge, it's going to be hosted. And the initiative is called Madina Gateway Academy. Mufti Saab, the nature of the courses that you're hoping to offer, you said that there are going to be some basic courses as well, some alim courses as well. Let's start off with, for people who are complete beginners, what have you got on offer for them?
So alhamdulillah, the very first course that we have for beginners is actually the Islamic Studies for Beginners. That's what the course is called. So this is altogether 2 levels. So you can have a foundation level 1 and foundation level 2, and then you have the intermediate, which is optional. So this Islamic Studies course is going to be, for beginners, is going to deal with your creed, Muslim creed, belief. It's going to the rituals, some aspects of Islam, salah, tahar, purification, prayer, fasting, hajj, zakat, charity, etc. Just the basics that every Muslim needs to know. And before I do move on in about the other courses as well, a bit in detail, one of the things that we've seen, unfortunately, within the majority in our culture, is that our sisters at home, whether they are daughters, sisters or mothers, have an element where they are neglected from knowledge. And this college is not restricted to gender. It's for males and females of any age.
Men and women, boys and girls, everyone welcome.
Everyone welcome. And nor is it restricted to any certain way of or any school of thought.
It's generic.
Exactly, yes. So, alhamdulillah, according to that, we've catered for that.
So basically, sorry if I can get to that. So if there is someone listening to Salam Radio at this moment in time, and they are interested in enrolling on Madina Gateway Academy, and they're not particularly associated with the Masjid Ghousia, they're still welcome as well.
Definitely. This is for Peterborough as a whole.
Everyone welcome.
For everyone. Alhamdulillah. So this is inshallah ta'ala. So the basic course is Islamic Studies Foundation Level 1, where that we just put in front of yourself. This is a 2-year course. Foundation Level 1 will be for 1 year, obviously, and then Foundation Level 2 in the 2nd year. After this, you'll get some sort of certificate or something like that, which will be good in the future. Maybe you want to expand on your studies somewhere else, where the requirement is that you do your foundation, like we can discuss the other courses. This course would be a requirement for you to enroll in other courses.
Okay, so this is for the beginners.
Yes.
And in terms of the level of commitment, in terms of attendance, the timings, etc., for this course for beginners.
That will be weekly, every Fridays from 7 p.m. To 9 p.m.
So it's not a big commitment, 2 hours every week.
2 hours a week, I mean, it's pretty much nothing, to be honest. I mean, it's a lot easier than going to masjid every day, and, so alhamdulillah, you've got a nice atmosphere there as well. Alhamdulillah, it's only two hours a week.
And the other thing people often ask, and you said earlier, being able to deal with contemporary issues, often the criticism from a lot of the younger generation born and bred in this country is the way that Islam is taught in our mosques as well. How different are you looking to change? Is it interactive? Can people ask questions? I mean, I know you mentioned the word that you want to create people who can critically think.
Definitely. I mean, foundation level courses, I don't think are going to produce those critical thinkers, but it's you can say a gateway to that. Yes, so it's going to pave the way for that, which is the other courses, which are advanced and intermediate courses. The main thing of Madina Gateway Academy is that this will, bi-idhnillah, God willing, will be delivered exactly how you are taught in from primary school to university. So it'll be something which not too formal. If even interactive, where you can ask questions. It's going to be like a very, alhamdulillah, very nice environment. Good. Rather than being very, you have, I mean, strict where you need to be strict. Don't get me wrong. You have to have punctuation, etc. All that as well. There's no question about that. But in terms of the teacher being accessible and approachable, there I don't think, inshallah ta'ala, anyone would have a problem. And that's the main reason that, or a unique feature within this college, inshallah ta'ala.
Brother Nazim, as the chairman of the management committee at Masjid Ghousia, often people get asked, it is just an idea that you're just going to start off with, and we might not see much of it after a year, after 2 years or whatever. Is it something that you're planning as a long-term vision in Peterborough?
Alhamdulillah, yes. As far as we are concerned, we have the space, and we have the teachers, and we have the commitment and the vision. As long as we have the student, the Madina Gateway Academy will live in Peterborough. It really depends on the people.
The response that you
get.
If people want to learn, gain knowledge, it's there for that purpose.
It's there for them. We have no intention of just doing it for a year or 6 months or whatever. It is a long-term commitment from ourselves, because when we were discussing how we're going to promote it, how it's going to be, and we said to ourselves that if we get, say, first year 10 to 20 students, it would be brilliant. That would be good. But alhamdulillah, we have 60, I believe, students for the beginners course, and we've got the other courses, the people are enrolling. And also, I think you're absolutely right, there is a trust deficit in wherever we are in our society, is that people will say, oh, well, they started out this and, be gone in 6 months' time or whatever. But that is not our attention. Our attention is that we will hopefully produce teachers within Peterborough, within Framar Academy, who will teach and who will keep teaching. And I think that is our vision.
Okay, so there's going to be such a conveyor belt process, basically, producing teachers from this Islamic studies courses at Madina Gateway, and get those people then get to teach as well. That's brilliant, alhamdulillah, and I'm sure that will excite a lot of people. So we've talked about the Islamic studies course for beginners. Everyone welcome. It's a course available to men and women. You don't have to have any particular background knowledge. Everyone welcome, and it's every Friday from 7 till 9, not a big commitment, okay? We're going to recap that later on as well, but you can find out more tomorrow when they have the open day on Clarence Road at Ghousia Hall from time?
From 2 o'clock until 7 o'clock in the evening.
2 till 7, you can just drop in Pop in at any time between 2 and 7 and ask any questions about the Madina Gateway Academy.
And the vital presentation that's going to be delivered by our Sheikh coming from Birmingham, Sheikh Adnan Raja, who will actually give you a whole sketch of what's going on and the importance of it. I think that's going to be very, very, very good and vital for every single.
And what time is that when we deliver?
That's going to be sharp 3 p.m.
3 p.m.
slot. Yep.
So please, if you can make it at 3 o'clock, it is very important that you hear from the special guest as well, who has had a lot of experience in delivering these courses as well. He's coming from Birmingham, so let's make sure that you're there at 3 o'clock to listen to the presentation and ask any questions as well. But if you are committed to something else at 3 o'clock, they're there until 7 o'clock, from 2 till 7. Pop along, bring your children, come as families, and please find out more. It's right at your doorstep, Madina Gateway Academy. Okay, so Islamic studies for beginners. What's next? What else is on the menu?
Just let me come in first. I know Salam Radio are doing the Eid festival tomorrow on New England Recreation Ground, and from there to our centre there's about 2 minutes walk. So if you're there and want to pop along, please come along.
Okay, yes, as you said, the Salam Radio Summer Eid Festival is taking place tomorrow at the Millfield Recreation Ground on Occupation Road from 12 till 6 p.m. From 12 noon till 6 p.m. Lots of activities for all the families to enjoy. Everyone welcome to that event as well. And as Brother Nazim said, while you're there, why not take a short trip to the Madina Gateway Academy? It's only 2 minutes walk as well, and find out more about the Islamic studies courses that are on offer, which are starting in. When does all this start?
This is September, mid-September, inshallah ta'ala. All the courses, they've got different dates to start with. One will be starting on 16th of September.
Yeah, a day before my next birthday. Alhamdulillah. There you are. Okay. Okay, so that's the beginners one. What's next? What else is on the menu at Madina Gateway Academy?
Well, the next one we have is Arabic for beginners.
And we talked about pronunciations and
exactly. Yeah. So what this aims to do is to familiarize those who have not learnt a word in Arabic, before, either the language, they don't know no language, but they're passionate, as you rightfully mentioned first, that when you want to read the Quran, it's for the spirit, for one's spirituality is elevating as well, whether when a person recites the Quran and he's understanding it as well at the same time because he's familiar with the language. So this Arabic for beginners is aiming to do right there. So this is a 2-year course. So what this is aims to do is, inshallah, the Quranic Arabic is going to train you to, rather than memorize verse by verse what each ayah means, because then you would have memorized it, you're not familiar with the words. But what this course is going to enable yourself to do, if you're on your own and you haven't got a translation of the Quran, by your knowledge of the Arabic, the Quranic Arabic, you would automatically be able to translate each verse on your own.
Subhanallah. And that is very, very important, because at the end of the day, the Quran is a book of guidance. It's the word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and if we want to be guided, we need to understand what that guidance is.
As Allah ta'ala says, that this book is hudal lil muttaqeen, that it is a guide for those wanting to become pious, those who wanting to go on the way of the prophetic tradition. So the Quran is that guide. So inshallah ta'ala, when a person is able to understand the Quran and simultaneously was reading it, subhanallah, it's a whole different feeling.
Alhamdulillah. So Arabic for beginners, that's very, very important, very, very important for us to learn. And also, it is Arabic that will enable us to understand the Quran. And that is the classical Arabic.
The Quranic classical Arabic. Right.
So inshallah, so please do enroll on that as well. And all these courses are beginning in September. We will remind you later as well. But again, remember, from 2 till 7, you can come to the open day, just drop in, and if you can be there for 3 o'clock to hear from this guest scholar about these studies and these courses at Madina Gateway Academy, be there at 3 o'clock. But if you want to, if you've got other commitments and you can't be there at 3 o'clock, they're there all day. From 2 till 7, do pop along with your children, with your families. Everyone is welcome, Muslims and non-Muslims as well, because when we offer anything here on Salam Radio or any of our masjids are doing, sometimes there's this disinformation that they're only for Muslims or whatever. Everyone is welcome.
If I can add to that, apart from these courses, inshallah, after we launch this, we're going to have non-Muslim circles within the college building as well, inshallah ta'ala. And those who maybe have accepted Islam,
new Muslims,
new Muslims, new reverts, inshallah ta'ala, they're going to have separate circles as well. So it'll be very cozy as well, inshallah ta'ala. Yeah.
I think the other thing that has excited people in terms of the on your brochure, basically, the Alima course, people wanting to become alims. And you said earlier that, there is a desperate shortage of homegrown alims. Young people, men and women who have been born and brought up in this country, in the UK, basically, them becoming alims as well, and then they will know the culture, the way of life, etc., and they can respond better to their congregations, to the future generations as well. And again, what was the particular inspiration for those courses? Okay, we can understand Islam for beginners, because we all need to understand why we are fasting, why we are praying, etc., the basic knowledge. Arabic, very important to understand the Quran as well, but wanting people to become alims, full-time professionals.
You see, the initiative first of primarily is not from myself. Allah Ta'ala chooses those people who are going to serve His deen. That's primarily what it is. This because the Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he said, when Allah Ta'ala intends to do good with a person, He gives him the understanding of his religion. And what that means is that He gives him understanding of the religion in such an extent that he now is an alim, a scholar of this religion, that he can now transmit what he has to others. So this alimiyya, as I mentioned first, now this is where the critical thinking side comes. Now we are going to produce and wanting to produce people who are not only benefiting themselves, but are benefiting those people who are around them also, whether they are young, whether they are children, whether they are teenagers, whether they are middle-aged or the elderly as well. There's no restriction whatsoever.
No restriction on gender, no restriction on age.
So this alimiyya, this I believe is the main feature of this college. This is the main feature, because now what we're going to produce is a scholar who is competent and who's accessible to nearly the mainstream sciences. And when I say the mainstream sciences, I don't just mean translation of the Quran, the Hadith. No, within this you have obviously Quran, Hadith. You have legal studies like fiqh and usul al-fiqh. You have jurisprudence. You have the principles behind that, which is known as usul al-fiqh and legal studies. You have Arabic grammar, literature to a very, very
high level
and
intellectual level,
and you could even say it's a doctrine, because this is very high level kind of studies. You'll have theology, meaning one, you have Islamic belief, creed, then you have the theology side of it, that how did we come about to this result or believing this. You've got theology, you've got rhetoric known as balagha, you have Islamic philosophy from Razi, before Razi, a famous name, Fakhr al-Razi, Ghazali. You have a branch of Islamic philosophy in general as well, which is logic, mantiq. So, and you even have geometry. You have all these kind of things that every alim needs to be equipped with to deal with. I mean, in the Ottoman Empire, every scholar, he had to be a mathematician and an engineer. this is where geometry falls in. So they could make bridges in times of need.
You could have another skill, another profession.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's why often people say that you can be a doctor looking after people's health as well, and can also be an Islamic scholar, can be alim.
Exactly. And alhamdulillah, the country we're living in, I know of Warwick Uni, that if you do have Islamic scholarship in a mainstream Islamic institute, you can enroll on to the bachelor's, even undergraduate courses, so that's a very strong point and a very important element of this Dars Nizami, of this Alamiya course. So when we have this Alamiya course, just as I was in my Friday lecture today, the topic was that the female contribution to the sciences of Al-Islam, that what the women's scholarship has given to Islam as a whole. And we went through the ahadith transmission, in the transmission of Bukhari, the most famous hadith work, Bukhari, that has reached us through many women. That in the times of the companions, the mainstream teachers of hadith were all women, or a lot of them were women. The very first woman teacher who taught over 70 Sahaba, 70 companions, was Sayyida Aisha radiallahu anha herself. After Sayyida Aisha, when you come to the Tabi'un, you had names of Hafsa bint Muhammad ibn Sirin, who Hassan Basri took hadith from, who many other muhaddithun, experts in hadith, prophetic tradition, they took hadith from and they studied. So women have got a lot to give this deen. And because unfortunately, due to whatever circumstances there are, that has not been introduced in our in Britain yet, but inshallah, slowly, this Alamiya course is for mothers, daughters, sisters, brothers,
Okay, and just I suppose the other question people are asking as well, that with all these courses, especially with the Alim course, how is one's competency going to be tested? How do we know, will you know, the people running the course as well, that particular individual has reached the level of competency and they can tick them off, that they can actually progress further, basically?
So when we were going through the foundation, the Islamic studies for beginners, that would be mandatory, that a person has to either study this. If he hasn't already or she hasn't already, then she will have to study it first, go through that, at least 1 year of that, to enroll for the Alimiyya, which is known as the Alimiyya program, which will make alim and alimas. If they have done that before and they can prove so from other institutes, then Bismillah, they can enroll straight on to the Alimiyya. But obviously, again, I would need to.
So there is a process, especially for the Alamiya courses, where you will be looking at the individual applying whether they are up to the standard, the required
standard. Becoming the intellectuals of our community now.
Alhamdulillah. Okay, we're running out of time as well, and I think I just need to remind our listeners in terms of the open day tomorrow, the launch of the Madina Gateway Academy, an initiative of Masjid Ghousia. It's at Ghousia Hall. First of all, the venue, where is it?
316 Clarence Road.
316 Clarence Road. The timing?
Timing from 2 o'clock until 7 p.m.
2 till 7. Everyone welcome. Please do come along, and we want to make sure that the organizers are inundated with a response. Very, very important that even if you feel that because you haven't had the time to think things through and you won't be able to enroll this year, it is an important opportunity for you to come and find out and give your blessings, make dua that this fantastic initiative in Peterborough is successful and we are all able to benefit from it as well. मुफ्ती साहब, आपसे ज़रा बात करना चाहूँगा कि कुछ हमारे वालिदैन इस वक्त सलाम रेडियो को सुन रहे हैं, शायद वो अंग्रेज़ी इतनी ना समझ सकें, उनके लिए क्या पैगाम है? ये आपने मदीना गेटवे एकेडमी का बंदोबस्त किया है गौसिया हॉल में, और इसका क्या मकसद है? उनको आप क्या बताना चाहेंगे? उनके लिए कोई पैगाम?
उनके लिए यही पैगाम है कि ये जो हमने गौसिया मस्जिद कमेटी के साथ जो ये शुरू कर रहे हैं, ये सिर्फ़ और सिर्फ आपके लिए ही है. इसमें फ़ायदा हम ना दुनियावी फ़ायदा ना हमारा है ना किसी और का है, ये आपका दीनी और दुनियावी फ़ायदा है।
बहुत बहुत ज़रूरी है कि आप ज़रूर आएँ, और ये जो ओपन डे उन्होंने रखा हुआ है 316 क्लैरेंस रोड पर, वहाँ ज़रूर आएँ और मज़ीद मालूमात हासिल करें। अपने बच्चों को भी लाएं, बहनें भी आएँ, भाई भी आएँ, सबको आना चाहिए। 2 बजे से लेकर 7 बजे तक वहाँ आपने पहुँचना है। और उसके अलावा वी हैव अनदर इवेंट टुमारो एज़ वेल, सलाम रेडियो समर ईद फेस्टिवल फ्रॉम 12 till 6 at the New England Millfield Recreation Park. Please do join in. And coming back to the Madina Gateway Academy at 3 o'clock, there is going to be an important presentation made by one of the scholars, guest scholars, about what is on offer at Madina Gateway Academy. Please try and get to there for 3 o'clock as well, so you can hear the scholar tell you more about the Madina Gateway Academy and how important gaining knowledge is. I'm very, very grateful to my guests, Mufti Qadeer Sahab and also Brother Nazim Khan.
If we've got 30 seconds, let me interject in there. I think we have capacity for people to enroll, so don't worry about capacity.
For all 3 courses.
Absolutely. Yeah, please do. Yeah, please do. All the 3 courses, there is still capacity. There are places available. Please do enroll on them. And I want to thank Brother Akil as well for helping with the technical aspects of the studio. I was a bit rusty, but alhamdulillah, please make dua for Madina Gateway Academy, for all our listeners. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bring peace and prosperity amongst all our communities. Allah
Stay
Hafiz.
tuned to Salam Radio after this short ad break.
It doesn't take much to bring some difference. You give some change, which makes a change.